Here we are, I guess. I've started and stopped this video 4 times. I always make fun of LGR because, it's always greetings gamers or, all the other YouTube intros. It's very awkward to start something from nothing, so props to all those guys. I'm not much of a make YouTube or RuneScape content kind of thing, but I think this one warrants it. So if not really for anybody else, but just really for me. So I kind of want to dive into a little bit of a ramble, so I do apologize if this is a little long, and those of you who care will watch, and those of you who don't, well, won't. Pretty simple. But if you want to listen to an old man talk about various aspects of his journey in RuneScape and where I'm going from here, then hang out. And yeah, I have some music on in the background. I tried to find a good volume for it. I don't like just stagnant noise behind me. So with all that said, let's dive into this. I have kind of some key components, I think, of what goes into the game, really. So like I have like 5 key components, I think, that go into like playing RuneScape long term. And so here they are on the screen. And I don't know how to video edit or anything, so I'm just using OBS overlays. So I do apologize. It's not going to look very professional. But I think we have the community. You have your passion and your love for the game, the time you have, goals you set, and general just fun. Do you have fun playing the game? And I think this goes so much more outside of just RuneScape as a whole, but in a majority of things that you do in life, I think these components really play factors in all of that. So with that being said, these are the kind of the topics I'm going to cover, and I'm going to try and do it quickly. I don't want to make some 40-minute ramble video. So just a little bit from that. The things that haven't changed in my experience in playing RuneScape since 2017, now I guess 8 years, is the community I surround myself in and my appreciation for it. I would say that has changed, but the impact of the community I surround myself with hasn't. It's always been a big key component for me and why I continue to play, and my passion for the game. I think both of those things are pretty steadfast and haven't really gone anywhere. The big things that have changed for me since even just starting my Ironman, right, in 2021, primarily my free time. My goals have definitely changed. The things I'm trying to get out of RuneScape have become a lot less instantaneous and have become much more long-term. So just the way I play the game and what I'm doing to approach these longer-term goals is much different than what I was doing when I had first started my Ironman, and my longest goal was getting 80 crafting to get a glory. And generally, what I consider to be a fun way to play video games and spend my leisure time has definitely changed as well. So I want to dive into just the community aspect and touch on that. So last July, as a lot of you guys are aware, because I'm assuming the people who are going to watch this are primarily just people in Log Chasers, but last July, Log Chasers started. And that journey kicked off, and boy, oh boy, has it been a fucking journey, man. I cannot express enough gratitude to everyone involved. Just the whole thing has been so fulfilling. It has been amazing. But to be honest with you, I was right there on the edge of quitting the game, or de-ironing, but pretty much I was gonna quit. I wasn't having fun. RuneScape had consumed so much of my time, and when I was logged in, I was basically just experiencing chair rot. I would sit in my chair, I would AFK somewhere, and I would just binge watch a YouTube series or binge watch a TV series, and that was pretty much my time. I would accomplish maybe 3 or 4 raids, or 3 of something, and then kind of just log out or sit there and dwindle at the bank. Log Chasers kind of was the first thing that reignited that spark I had when I first started my account. And for the first few months of the CC, I was loving the game again. But really, I think that solution was fleeting. And the problem is much more long-standing than that. So, a fleeting solution to a long-standing problem is never going to be, good, to say the least. So, but here we are 9 months after that realization, and we preserve, we grow, and we continue onward. And I could never imagine walking away from the clan. In general, I just think the CC has become so much more than I had ever anticipated. I have so much pride, I have so much love, and so much admiration for everybody and everything that's occurred in the CC. It's been a journey of my gaming, not just RuneScape career, but my gaming career that I will probably never forget. So I do want people to understand that LC has been amazing. We really could not have done it without every single person in the community. LGR and I and Pepful, it all comes down to everybody involved, not just those of us in staff positions or whatnot. So I can't thank all of you enough for that. But now that the soppy stuff is over, this community really has reignited so much of what made me feel happy and excited to log in, like when I first started my Ironman. And it really, really ignites passion, which leads me to my next point here is passion for the game. I've documented every single aspect of my account since the starting. Kind of give you a little taste of that. It's 29th of January of 2021. You see there, 21:46. So 9:46 p.m. I wrote out and started an Ironman with some goals that I thought were like, this would teach me a lot about the game. I would learn a lot about the game, and I had an absolute fucking blast. I would say my first 3 months I was 1,700 total. I had 99, fire making, 99 thieving. I was following the OSRS guide. It was nonstop dopamine. I had not had this much fun playing the game in a long time. Once again, another fleeting issue, but I love RuneScape. I absolutely love this game. I have spent a lot of my time as a young adult, and now being older, being my primary hobby is video games. RuneScape is one of the most deeply complex things I've ever played. It has such a high skill ceiling. It's truly just, it's fun. I just don't have the same, I guess it's not like that my passion has died. I have so much passion for this game. I love this game, and Log Chasers really has provided me an outlet for that passion. I get to talk with like-minded people who take the game seriously, or just they have intention. They play the game with intention. They don't log in and just kind of lackadaisically do things. But I really do believe the clan has given me an outlet for some of that passion, and it really hasn't dwindled. My passion has not gone anywhere, and I don't want to quit the game. I see so many of my friends who play mains, they get bored, they don't really know what to do, so they're like, oh man, you know what, I'm bored, let me go start an Ironman. Trying to find that passion again, trying to find a reason to continue playing the game, because they're just addicted to RuneScape. I'm not addicted to RuneScape. I just don't find myself wanting to play an Ironman anymore. I still want to play the game, not out of addiction, just out of fun. I think it's a deeply complex game that I really want to continue to play. And if anything, lately, especially with the CC, I want to play even more. I wish I could play more. I wish I had the time to. When I was talking to some people about this, when I had actually initially fully pulled the trigger, Carrie told me, he was like, Iron Man game mode is a young man's game mode, and that it really ironically resonated with me. I was like, honestly, like, you're right. Like, I log into the game to do things out of obligation at this point, not to play out of fun. So a little under 2 months ago, I spoke in length with one of my IRL friends who said, you know what, man, just sit down. You've been here before. Write down your reasons. Make a shitty video. Do whatever. Record yourself just thinking out loud. Solidify it. And he's like, then rewatch it at a later date. Give it a little while. And honestly, I totally forgot that I had made this video. And I'm not going to to torture you guys any snippet of that. But Swerve posted a video a little while ago, and I don't consume a lot of RuneScape content, but I watched that. I really enjoy him. I think he's a level-headed, great guy, and it led to a lot of like deep thought, which only reminded me of the video I had made, and I rewatched it, and all it did was solidify my opinion on why I'm going to be de-ironing. And I just don't think my passion and love for this game is tethered entirely to either playing the game or the game mode that I'm playing anymore. I don't think that's going to be the case for the rest of the time I decide to play RuneScape in my spare time. I think if you were to ask me what my top 3 memories or accolades from the last 12 months in RuneScape were, I wouldn't name a single thing that my account accomplished. All of them would be related to things within the CC. They would be events or just the fulfillment that we get when we host something that's really, really like the Clue casket comps were like, I was hammered. Okay, we had just started the CC. I was like, oh, we need to do something. Okay, holy fuck, there's too many people joining. We need to give them something, right? We need to show them there's a reason that they're joining, that we have like niche events that really just apply to people who are doing collection log content. And so that spawned the casket comps, and I never thought it would take off the way it did. It was something that blew my mind. But just all of those small things have added up to so much fulfillment, and I don't need to play an Iron Man to gain that level of fulfillment anymore. Yeah, I mean, I love the game. I don't think I'll ever stop loving the game, and I just think I can love the game just as much as the main account, continue on my path that way, and I think that really leads me to the next point, which is time. I'm just simply not available to the extent that I was 4 years ago when I initially started my Iron Man. I have 2 children. I have a rather busy life, and I don't want to spend the time I have playing a video game in my leisure time having to do some obligatory grind. That's because it just came out and these are going to be BISs, and it saves me so much time on XYZ content that I want to go back to. I just want to log in and go do the content I want to fucking do. Okay? I don't have time to sit here and be like, oh, well, I should be min-maxing this because that's how my brain works. I feel obligated to do that. I've had so many people tell me that, well, then just don't do that. I cannot. I cannot fathom or comprehend logging in and not doing what I should be doing in order to progress my account in a mildly efficient manner. I'm tired of struggling with gear progression. At the pace in which RuneScape is releasing content, I cannot leisurely or play this game for fun and continue to keep up with the releases that are occurring. And the remedy to mediate that problem is simply just to de-iron. So I think that's the schmoove. That is definitely the schmoove for me. Which leads me into the second to last point here, which is goals. Ironically enough, I maxed in I think it was March of 2023. I think like 2 years after. It was like 2 years after my account got made. And something I toyed with initially after maxing, I was like, fuck, man, like we started this account with just the goal of get like a glory from scratch and a Slayer helm. Like I thought that'd be fun to do. Here I am as a maxed Iron Man, and I've learned so much of the game. I've learned how fulfilling this game can be, but I'm not really looking for that fulfillment anymore out of the game, if that makes sense. So here I am, and I know some of you may remember I have made this decision before, but it's a little different this time, because when I had made the decision before, I had spent a few weeks talking about it and kind of mulling it over, I think that's the right word, with a few people, trying to figure out if it was the right decision for me. I had, just kind of, I was burnt. And we came to the conclusion that let's set myself an ultimatum. If I get a mega rare, then I'll cancel the de-iron. And I think like a month and a half later, I got a shadow. So I canceled the timer, and I've been playing, it's been a while. I think it's been like 6 or 7 months. And I've been playing with a Shadow, and a Mega Rare, and an Iron Man. It hasn't changed anything, to be honest with you. Some of the content is more efficient, but it just really hasn't changed my viewpoint. I'm still in the same mindset. I still want to de-iron. Getting a Mega Rare changed nothing. I don't think getting a T-Bow will change anything. I don't think getting a Scythe will change anything. I have goals for my account, and I believe those goals and completion of said goals would be just as fulfilling and satisfying completing them on a main account. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much really where I'm at. And like I said before, man, I don't consume a lot of RuneScape content, so it's kind of like funny of me making a video talking about RuneScape things. I don't consume a ton of the content, right? But as I said, I did listen to Swerve's Ramble, and it reminded me of the thought process that I used to... The thought process that people I played with a lot years ago had, and that I talked to a lot. And this thought process of not just thinking about what's my goal for next week, or what do I want to accomplish this weekend, or what is my goal next month, or even 6 months or a year from now. That's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about, what does my account look like in 3 years from now? And the weird part is, like, I don't care. I know it sounds weird, but I don't care what my account looks like in 3 years. All I know is that I still would like to be able to feasibly make progress in the next 3 years. Maybe I would like to skill, or maybe I would like to just, take a break and move a different direction. I don't have that availability or leniency playing an Iron Man. It's something I will only find playing a main account. So let's kind of dig into that just a little bit, and what does that mean for me? What does this mean for log chasers, or just the game for me as a whole? And honestly, like, I have no fucking clue. I really don't. I don't have a set list of goals right now. I know the next month, like the next year, is going to be me de-ironing, and I'm probably going to sit here and go for 2k CMs and 2k Tobs. I think that sounds like fun. I would like to just be able to raid, and then maybe do some pet hunting, or knock out Blorva, or maybe chunk away at GM in my spare time when I don't have teams for content. I even considered potentially trying to figure out how to edit videos in YouTube the day I de-iron, and then kind of YouTube all my progress that goes from the day I de-iron to some arbitrary goal that I haven't figured out yet. And not really like releasing the videos, but just kind of as like a private thing for me to document. I have documented every stage of my Iron Man account since I started it. As I showed you guys, January of 2021, I started my account, and I've documented everything since then in a private channel, along with my goals. I'm very goal oriented, and here are other things, man. Like this was a month ago, or a day short of a month ago. And I just think that the progression of my account, the progression of who I am as a person, and the progression of how I want to play the game just aligns so much better with this decision. So I'll probably redraft my goals here soon. I'm excited for this. I really am. I have thought about this through and through. I even started buying implings. So that's a funny part too, is I can just go do clues. I can open implings and just do clues. I'm so excited for that. There are so many things, and like I've already bought everything so I could green log easies, beginners, and mediums. Well, I'll get I think I have enough implings to do 6.5k easies. We'll see. I don't want to burn too much money because hams are still pretty good. It's something I can do that's pretty chill. So we'll see. And speaking of the efficiency of main accounts and the GP cost of everything and I have decided that I'm gonna turn my music down as soon as it's getting a little loud. I've decided that I'm not a big fan of multi-logging, which is the primary reason I've stayed in Iron for as long as I have, is I don't want to play 12 alts. So during this 3 months between now and my de-iron timer ticking over, I am getting an alt in good standing to be an alt, so that I can just do 1+1 content. I don't think that's too tedious. It's too overwhelming. Things like Huey, 2+1 Huey are nice. I think resupply alt, stuff like that. I think it'll be just a new journey, a new chapter for me. I'm excited for it. And and I just think it'll be good fun. Which brings me to my last point is I think something that is lost on so many people that play this game these days is that I run into so many people who log into RuneScape and they're fucking miserable, man. Nothing is forcing you to play a video game. Nothing. Other than either your own addiction or obligation to continue to progress something. And that's cool, man, but it's not for me anymore. I need to log in and have fun. And I have so much fun with events with you guys, or just Log Chasers as a whole has changed my entire fulfillment process in this video game, and I just think that it's time for me to see what the chapter of being a main account holds. Yeah, I'm sorry, I know this might be a little long-winded and all this stuff, but I wanted to take a less formal video I had made 2 months ago and solidify it and turn it into a little bit more of a formal video, and just kind of get my thoughts out there into the world. I was actually going to keep this private. There was like 3 people who knew I had already started the timer, but I said fuck it. I was like, you know, why not? Let's really just get my thoughts out there, because I think it'd be a cool thing to look back on down the road. And yeah, I just thank you guys for listening to my bullshittery, my yapping, and the meaningless ramble that I've decided to give you on a Monday afternoon. So thank you guys all. And if you're in the CC, you're in Log Chasers, thank you guys for everything. Thank you for sticking through my mistakes, you know, my learning experiences, figuring things out as we go. I think I probably wouldn't still be around playing the game without all of you. I think the community is the one thing that gives me my big purpose to continue playing the game, and I can't thank you guys enough for that, because since starting the clan, I have made more like a moon piece. Nice. I've made more lifelong friends. I've rekindled friendships I thought were gone. I'm very thankful for all of the opportunity it's provided me, and I hope that we have so much more fun over the next year or two, and wherever this takes me, however much longer I play the game. So thank you guys.